you guys, so I thought we would do an updated tour and review of the Northside RV Resort in Waxahachie, Texas. We always find ourselves back at this place. It was the first campground we ever reviewed on our channel, and we really always find ourselves coming back because it is so nice, it's so clean, and we really love it. I'm just scrolling through on their website and showing you the different amenities, but I will be going through all of this later as well. Now, here's the thing. We've been in a lot of different spots here by now. We travel, here and there, and then we always kind of come back here as almost our home base. But it's called a resort, but it is missing a couple of the things that are really key when I think of like a resort. So that's why we gave it the 4 out of 5 stars. As you could see earlier, it is very clean. It's very locationally in a good spot. Yeah, we really love it, but it is missing, the pool. It is missing a hot tub. It's missing an actual path, and I'll show you that later on, like when I'm talking about. But as for level sites, concrete sites, a lot of sites to choose from, friendly staff, a great community, your gated dog park, your gated playground, and the bathhouse is really nice as well. All those things are awesome, and the price is really, it's pretty good as well. So there is an overview of the sites. And then I wanted to film this time driving into the park. So I wanted to let you guys know you're within 10 minutes of, Walmart, Target, Lowe's, TJ Maxx, Home Depot, all those places that you're really going to hit. And there are a lot of different restaurants to choose from. And then downtown Waxahachie is super cool as well. The historic Rogers Hotel is down there. It's super haunted. A bunch of dessert places. The Cork and Keg downtown on College Street is one of our favorite restaurants. It's so good. But yeah, this is where you can see you're on a highway, and it is, it's a pretty simple drive. What I'll tell you though, and I will link this in the description box below, when you're trying to find the Northside RV Resort, it is pretty new. So a lot of times your GPS will take you across the street to this kind of industrial warehouse place. Because technically this resort is at 200 East Butcher Road, and there it is. But it pulls up just 200 Butcher Road. On GPS normally. So I always plug in this Exxon gas station address right here on my right, and that way it'll take you right where you need to go, and it's so much easier. So again, I will link that below in case you do DoorDash or any types of like orders. It's just so much easier to find it. And mail is pretty simple to get shipped here. Just make sure you're putting Northside RV Resort and then 200 Butcher Road, and they know what to look for. But like for food deliveries and things like that, I always do the Exxon gas station and then put a note to go past it and take a right. So here's the entryway, and at night this place is beautiful. The string lights are gorgeous. Now, one thing that was very different is the trash is located outside of the gate. So the keypad to get in, you do have to have a code. It was on my left, but that truck was, it's weight activated, so the gate opened, I didn't have to punch it in. But yeah, the trash being outside of the park does keep it cleaner inside the park, but you do have to put your trash in your vehicle and walk it and drive it, or if you're in one of these front spots, you can walk it over, but it is a bit of a walk if you're in the back corner, if you know what I'm saying. Or if you and your spouse share a vehicle and you need to take some trash, it can pose kind of a problem because that is the only trash area to dump like kitchen trash bags and like larger trash. But I will say too, you guys, something that really surprised us is this place does have the option to, if you have an Ethernet cable, you can plug directly into the Ethernet port that is located in your connection pole or post at each spot. So when you pull in and you're plugging in your electric and all of that, just in that, every spot has one of those white little posts where you do all of your plugins and your water connection, your electric and all that. There is an option if you have an Ethernet cord to plug directly into the Ethernet port, and anytime you have a direct connection, it does really strengthen your internet. So that was one of the really awesome options where the internet was just fantastic. Now the Wi-Fi is pretty good. It is spotty in some of the spaces, but overall the Wi-Fi is good. yeah, again, guys, I mean, you're not going to find a spot here that's not concrete. You're not going to find a spot without a palm tree. You're not going to find a spot that's unlevel. It's just so nice because whatever you book, you know, you're not going to have any leveling issues or anything like that. The only thing too, if you have little kids, those bushes are super sharp. We learned that the hard way. Ollie, our 2-year-old, like flopped himself in a bush, and I mean, it looked like little razor cuts all over him. So be careful of those if you have little kids. They do propane fills on Thursday. So if you let the office know, you can set your propane by the office. I'm not sure if you saw it in the last clip. And they will fill your propane for you and just charge your card on file. And you just pick it up. And that's super nice. Especially, we were here for a couple cold days, and that was super nice to just have them do that on site for us. It saved us a trip. So I'm just continuing to go through. And again, you guys, if you like back end spots, you know, row 500 wraps all the way around. We were in spot 529 for a while, and we did like that. But the only issue with those back end spots is you don't have side area. So you're not going to have the concrete, like, sided spot, like that extra slab to put your stuff. If you've got kids, that's where we put all of, you know, Graham and Ollie's toys. These back end spots just don't have that extra space. So if you're somebody who doesn't need a whole lot of space, it's not going to be an issue. But if you are someone like us with some kiddos, or if you have, you know, a lot of outdoor furniture or outdoor, you know, items, and there's that large dog park, by the way. But yeah, you're going to kind of want to book a 200, 300, or 400 spot. Mom. Hi, Ollie. And that is just going to give you, again, that extra slab of space where you can really stretch out and your kiddos can play away from the road and be, you know, extra safe and secure. So that's something to note for sure. So that is why we personally love rows 200, 300, and 400 the most, just because you get so much extra space. So they did update their rates as well. We are full-timers, so we are staying, I think it'll be a total of 2 months. So we're on our last month here for this trip. And they just raised the prices, I think 2 weeks ago. But we're paying like between $720 and $750 for the month. And I'm not sure what that number is. I could not find the email. And Ollie says he loves it here as well. His favorite thing is the playground. I see. So that to my right is the lake and the community fire pit, and we will walk over there here in a few seconds. But I did want to let you guys know that is what we're paying for that monthly rate, but that does change, and you'll definitely want to call to get rates for different spots and different sections. But I don't think it's too bad, especially compared to other places we've stayed. I think it's pretty reasonable. And then up ahead, you can see those propane tanks. That's where you would set them and pick them up for that Thursday fill, and they do that weekly. The bathhouse and front office is right there as well. And then notice the playground is gated. That is one of our favorite parts because you can kind of sit on the bench and your kiddos can play safely. So that is awesome as well. Okay, so it is the next morning and it's time for Jax's walk. It is not sunny today. It is pretty hazy and misty, but I did want to just take a second and show you guys what I meant when we said that we had to give this 4 stars out of 5. It's a couple things. You know, I think it's missing that hot tub and pool. And then when it says, you know, jogging path, there's not really one at all. It's just dirt. There's nothing kind of carved out that would look like a path at all. So that's missing for sure from my list. It is really pretty over here, but you definitely don't want to run over here if it's been misting or raining at all. It's kind of just muddy and there's not a path in my opinion. So I would not say that this place has trails or a jogging path at all. And it is missing, again, that pool and hot tub that I really think are important, especially if it's an RV resort. But for what is here, that playground, the bathhouse, the laundry facility, the small dog park and the large dog park, everything's concrete, the palm trees, everything is level. You know, that's going to be, you know, that's also very important. And especially if you're staying here during the colder months where you can't utilize a pool or anything, The price is pretty fair, and you can use the playground, you know, pretty much year round. That garage is where all your packages would get delivered. And then over here, I just wanted to walk over to where the laundry room is, and it's a pretty standard facility. They are kind of small units, and I know that they have recently increased the drying time on them, so I think that they have improved. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to see that. But yeah, you guys, and they do have a catch and release pond you can fish in as well. So I did forget to mention that earlier. But thank you guys so much for watching. We love this place. We will definitely be back once again. And I hope you guys have a phenomenal day. Please take a second to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.